Can you believe it? It's been 4 years.
It's 4 years
since
today, April 26th.
Since we picked up our rig.
I know.
Remember what it was like when you were
I was a nervous wreck.
pulling out of the parking lot? We had this big old rig in this new truck. And
We had a brand new 2017 Ram. There's a whole backstory to that. But we bought the RV. We signed for it on April 13th.
Well,
no, April 20th.
it was Good Friday.
It was Good Friday that year. So, but anyway, 4 years ago today, April 26th, we picked up this RV.
Yep.
And we thought we would take a few moments to just discuss like some of the things we've done over the last 4 years, or 3 years. This is our 4th year.
Yeah.
And some of the things that we've encountered, some of the things that we've, some fun stuff. And some low points, maybe. And we're not talking about low point drains. But, so this is very impromptu, okay? Tina and I just decided to sit down this evening and just kind of talk. And we haven't really done a video like this where we're just kind of chit-chatting. So, yeah, we might have another outtake coming soon.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But, so let's just start with, let's start with.
First of all, why did we get the rig? What encouraged us to get the rig? Why did?
Well, we kind of talked about that a little bit before. We went RVing with some of our friends, Keith and Jenny, and actually we went to a wedding. That was kind of our first outing, I think, with them in the RV. We went to a wedding up in Michigan, and they said we could stay with them along the way, and we did. And I remember.
I think it was a rainy day, and they were watching movies in the.
Well, no, that's when we were camping. We were actually camping somewhere. That was later. But so we were going up to.
Michigan.
Yeah, what Michigan? What part of Michigan?
Petoskey.
Petoskey. How could I forget? Petoskey, Michigan, and along the way we stopped someplace up in northern Indiana, and Keith was back in his Laredo travel trailer in the position. I had to park, because we drove separately. I had to park someplace else and then walk back. Let me tell you, that walk back, it was pitch dark, and it has to be, what I saw has to be on par with the Firefly event down in Tennessee, because the words that came to mind were magical. As I was walking from the parking lot back to where the RV was, I mean, there was quadrillions fireflies everywhere.
Quadrillion?
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. It was amazing. So then we stayed with them in the RV. They had a little inflatable bed, and we stayed with them. But that wasn't like the key moment that made us think about it. Then we went camping with them in the local parks nearby and just spent the weekends. And that was fun. We had a lot of fun. And I started thinking about it then, and that was back in that had to have been like 2015, 2016. So we decided to.
Well, you were starting making the plans.
I was making plans, actually. I was working for a company, and I was watching. I had the stuff I was doing at the time gave me a little free time while I was running these applications. So I started watching YouTube videos and came across some of the, we'll call them the big channels, and started watching them. I thought, oh, we've got to do this. We've got to do something. So I started making plans. I found the truck, and we had already been doing research on the RV. So we have a Grand Design 295 RL, and we were also looking at the Grand Design Reflection 303. And I was a little bit hesitant on the pin weight. It probably would have been okay, but I like that little extra buffer. So, but anyway, we love the rig. Anywho, so we picked it up April 26th, 2019.
Yeah.
So I remember driving out of the parking lot. It was like
a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, across the street from the dealership, there was a pretty big empty parking lot. And I remember driving around, backing into places.
Yeah, just trying to get used to it. It was like nerve-wracking. Yeah.
I had watched a lot of YouTube videos. Matter of fact, and I'll see if I can find the channel, and I'll note it down in our descriptions. But there was a trucker's video. He trained people how to back in a rig, and I'd watched tons of those videos. and it did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, brought it home and backed it into our driveway.
Yeah.
And
And we've had some good times with family and
yeah.
friends along the way. So
let's talk about, okay, all right, let's do this. Let's pick at least one key moment in the 3 years now that we've been RVing, starting our fourth, and maybe one low point. And we don't know what those are right now, so you want to go first or me too?
I think one of
Is this your high point?
my high point is we were in Michigan and we were at the Petoskey State Park.
Okay.
And I was walking on the beach. There had the little beach there, the lake. And I just thought, I was enjoying it so much. And I thought, I need more time to do this. It always feels rushed when you go on vacation because you only have a week. And I just didn't feel like I had enough time. So I think at that moment, it's like, I really enjoyed that time and just being in there in Michigan. And I just felt like I needed more time to enjoy that.
And that was right before we got the pups.
That was right before we got the pups.
Because we started thinking about doing a YouTube channel back then.
Yeah.
So that would have been the fall of, that would have been September, October of 2020.
2020.
So I had been thinking about the YouTube channel for some time, and we actually made a puppy reveal video off the phones. And I actually got that video. I actually have the video.
Yeah.
I just never have published it.
Yeah, we were in the process of getting new puppies. We were deciding on what to name them, and
that's right.
We were there at Petoskey State Park when we decided on the names.
That's right.
And we did our puppy reveal name.
That was a great trip, by the way. That was awesome. Then, because from there we went up to Manistique.
Manistique.
I think that's how you say that city name. And we stayed at Manistique RV Resort.
Which was really nice.
Absolutely amazing resort. I mean, we backed in.
It felt like you were at the beach.
You were, oh my gosh. I mean, we had to have been, well, water from the lake was splashing up on the back of the RV. It was very windy that day, so the waves were a little bit amplified, I guess. But yeah, that was a great trip. I guess, okay, so.
Well, what about you?
Yeah, my high point. Okay, so it was the very first year we were RVing. We were
2019.
This would have been 2019. This would have been in September. We went to upstate New York, and we went to the Niagara Falls and all that. But we stayed at a place called Golden Hill State Park, and I don't remember the loop number or the loop letter.
Loop B?
It might have been Loop B, but our rig looked right up on the lake. Which lake is that? I forget what lake that is.
Ontario.
Is it Lake Ontario?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It's Ontario.
Okay. Okay, now this is kind of like, how in the world would this be like the key moment for you? But this was a feeling of contentment, I guess, be the best way to describe it. I had just done laundry, and I was coming back from the little laundry room and walking back, and I was folding the laundry. I think maybe on the picnic table I was folding the laundry.
And it was a nice day.
It was a beautiful day, light breeze, and I'm like, I enjoy this. I felt peaceful. I felt, I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel everything. At the time was like
contentment.
Contentment maybe. And I thought, okay, I could do this. I could do this.
And he did say that, yes.
I can do this. I could do this. I'll say full time. We're never going to go full time.
Not right now.
No. I mean, we're never going to sell the house, and all that. At least I don't think we will.
Yeah.
But
maybe part time one day.
Yeah, we still have other plans that we're going to do. We'll call it most timing.
Yeah.
Actually, I've heard other channels say that. I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I hear other channels saying that. So if you guys are listening on me, I'm going to find out. So.
Yeah.
All right. What's your low point?
Oh, low point. Let me think. I think the time that I had been doing dishes and I took the bucket of water and poured it down the toilet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did I just drop a utensil down in the toilet? Because I heard something and I thought, oh, No, I think I dropped a spoon or a fork or something like that. And I had to come, and I hated it because I had to come to tell you the bad news.
That was mine.
I have a spoon or fork down.
That was the same time. The same thing I was going to say.
And then what you had to do to get,
Okay. That's when we were heading to Colorado.
Maybe.
We were heading to Colorado to visit some friends and to stay at Rudeye. I think it was Rudeye Reservoir. And we were trying to conserve the gray tanks and keep maybe some fresher water, if you will, in the black tank. And I told Tina, yeah, just you can dump the soapy dishwater into the toilet and that soapy water will slosh around. Well, she thought she dropped a spoon, a plastic spoon, down the toilet.
Right.
So, come dump day, right? I had to dump. Nothing came out. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
No, that's stuck in there.
Oh my gosh. It's clogged. So, I dumped the gray tanks and off to Rudeye we went. And I remember we had to take it easy on the black tank. So they had pit toilets there. And this is very boondocking. This is about as boondocking you're going to get, other than they have water. But I remember, oh man, this is not a good scenario to have a spoon stuck in that, the hole sideways like this, catching all that debris coming out, clogging it up. But after we left Rudeye, we stopped at a dump station and pulled the plug, and it was
Nothing
fine.
came out. So thank goodness I really didn't drop it in there.
That was the same one I was going to say. I mean, it's not a big deal, but
it's a worry. So
it was a worry. It made me worry. I thought, oh man, we hadn't had this thing but a little over a year at the time, maybe.
Right.
So. Okay, so going forward. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about how buying the RV has been, I'll say maybe beneficial to others.
Yeah, well, we've had family come and stay. Our daughter and our family come and stay, and they've slept on the couch and camped with us, and just have had a really good time with us. And it's been special times that we've created, with this RV. Had we not had this RV, we would be probably still at home, not out and about. And our family's really enjoyed it. And we now have a new little grandson, and he's 6 months old. So we're looking forward to sharing this RV and the camping experience with him. And so is our daughter. She's looking forward to him being able to join us on our trips.
Yeah. Plus my sister, when we went to Colorado a couple years ago, our oldest daughter, Brittany, and my sister, Dina, both flew in from New York.
Yeah.
And they were able to stay with us. So it's given people a destination, if you will, to spend some time with us when we're out and around.
So.
And I think so that's been good. And friends, we've had some friends. We tell them, hey, we're going camping, even if it's a local state park.
Right.
You want to swing by?
Us. Yeah.
And have a hot dog.
Yeah.
Have a s'more.
Play cards.
Play some cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been good. And we've enjoyed sharing the RV with several folks so far. And the pups, of course. Oh my gosh.
The pups love it. You want to go to Gracie? And they just like run, and they're so excited to get in here. And we keep toys in here for them, so they're so excited to see their new toys and just get up on the couch and look out the window. And they have a desert. They love the recliner because they climb up in there and they curl up, and they love being in the RV.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of a morning. The morning ritual when we're here, especially if we're okay. So right now when we RV, we're not working. I'm not working. So we get up, we get our coffee, we pull out one of those little blankets like this, and Annie crawls up in my lap, and she gets covered up, and Denver finds a little wedge. He wedges himself down in the chair, and they go back to sleep.
Right.
And I sip my coffee, and then.
Lazy mornings in the camper are always nice.
Yeah, but the pups love it. So yeah, that's been fun.
And why do we call her Gracie?
Well.
And what's our truck's name?
So we kind of the RV's name is Gracie, and the truck's name is George. So we have George and Gracie.
And the reason we chose Gracie is one. We used to watch the George Byrne and Gracie Allen show, and I love the name Gracie. And we actually bought her. We actually signed the papers on Good Friday, and I thought, what better name for her than Gracie?
Grace.
And of course, then you can't have Gracie without George, so we have George and Gracie.
Yeah. Here we are, our late 50s, and we're sitting in the mornings watching the George Burns and Gracie Allen show.
Love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
George Burns, you never go wrong with George Burns. So let's talk about the future, what that holds.
Well, this is our 4th year.
Yeah.
So what do we have for this 4th year? Well, we are going to Colorado. We're taking a trip out there, and then we also.
And where are we going to stay first?
Glenwood Springs.
Glenwood Springs.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do?
We're going to hike to Doc Holliday's gravesite.
That's one thing, yeah.
Yep. And then we're going to.
What's your biggest fearful thing then?
We're going to do. We're going to do water rafting.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not really whitewater rafting, but there'll be some waves, but it won't be like what you see in the movies.
Yeah. And then after that, we've got a trip planned to Michigan, which multiple areas up in Michigan we're going to go to, which is Michigan is one of my favorites. And then from there, I think we just got little trips planned.
Yeah, we have some just local trips. I have some other things. I'm kind of working on some long weekend trips, non-holiday weekends.
Yes.
And then I think next year, even though there's nothing definitive.
Yeah, we're kind of talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about
2024
doing
soon.
some time, not even most time, but just some time RVing.
Yeah.
Yeah, meaning that it's more than just a couple times a year, but maybe longer stays.
Yeah.
At a location. So instead of a week in one location, maybe a month. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so we talked about, I guess we'll say near term, the future, this year, maybe even some early next year. Let's talk about some top destinations that we might want to go to.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I know what I want to go to.
Well, Maine is one of them. We have visited Maine before, but
not in the RV.
Not in the RV. And when we had visited, he was sick, so he's always promised me another trip to Maine. So one day when we get a little bit more time, we hope to travel up to Maine and stay a little bit longer. And
That's most time. That's most time.
To enjoy a little bit more time up there. And then I think the next place that I would like to visit is definitely Glacier National Park. I've never been.
Sure.
It's beautiful. I just really am looking forward to doing that. And then maybe even someday do the Route 66 travel that road and enjoy that.
Yeah. I think, there's a whole backstory to the Maine trip as well. But, so I would like to go see Glacier as well. I also want to go to, I'd like to go to Arizona and see all that in Utah. I want to see the Mighty Five parks, and I love the West. For some reason, I just love that. Yeah, I love the Western atmosphere. I like Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho. Arizona, Utah, that whole area. I just absolutely love it. And I cannot wait to go out there sometime.
And have time to visit.
And have time to stay. I don't want to drive out there, spend a few days and drive back. I want to go out there, spend a week at a location, move, spend a week, move, spend 2 weeks. So to me, that just, I want that feeling that I had up in upstate New York that time. I want that as much as possible. Again, it was such a memorable moment. So that's kind of our
I think
plans.
Just having the time to enjoy it instead of, when you work, both of you work full time and you only get a certain amount of vacation time. You feel rushed sometimes. So one day it'll be nice to have that opportunity to travel a little bit further and have a little more time that we're not feeling rushed.
Yeah. All right, pop quiz, Tina. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, no. That's not good.
When we retire, what's our number one trip?
Alaska.
Alaska.
That's right, Alaska.
I've already got it mapped
Alaska.
out. I have it mapped out already.
Yeah.
So I've got all the fuel stops in. I've got all the rest stops for the pups.
Right.
I've got it already mapped out. Now it's a 3-month round trip.
Right.
In this
Right.
instance. So from Louisville, Kentucky, we're going to be spending a week or so in Glacier. So we'll be there for some time, and then on up through Canada and into Alaska and see the interior. We actually did an Alaska tour. Matter of fact, is this an Alaska hat?
No.
Oh, I know this is a shirt. It's Alaska. But we took a cruise a few years ago, and the glacier tour
Right.
on Princess Cruise Lines, and that was really cool. But some of the best times we had was actually on those excursions.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
it was July 4th, and we were on the deck, and we were right there next to the glaciers, and we were, wrapped up in blankets because it was so cold because we were right next to those.
What do they call it?
Glacier.
Calving? When all the ice breaks off, falls into the ocean. Yeah, that was really cool. So that's kind of like our planned first major trip once we retire. So that's a few years away.
Yeah.
But don't wish my life away, but I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to that trip.
Yeah.
So
one of the things we forgot to share is here we are 4 years in, and you think we were newbies. We went out on an outing this weekend that the
Thunder over Louisville.
Thunder over Louisville, the big air show and thunder fireworks show that happens every year in Indiana, Kentucky. And we forget so many different little things, like I forgot the spices for our food, and David forgot to fill up one of the propane tanks, and we ran out, and they're just odds and ends things that we were like,
it's like, wait a minute.
Wait, are we newbies here?
Have we ever done this before?
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, it was like, I think we felt a little rushed.
I guess so.
Because it had been such a busy week. Just stuff like just even clothing was like a last minute thought.
I know, it's like...
And they were calling, now, a little bit in our defense, they were calling for like really bad weather.
Yeah.
And cold, and it was cold. That's why we ran out of propane. I had to switch over to the tank, but still.
So, I mean, some of you long-term people, I mean, do you sometimes feel like newbies of, you forget things, or you're like, what was I thinking, or what was I,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we were teased. Well, we were being teased by our friends.
Like, what are you all, newbies or something?
Have you ever done this before? Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So, that's a good point, because I think sometimes people get too relaxed in this, and especially when it comes to safety stuff, right? I'm a stickler for that.
Yeah.
I like to make sure that I'm being as safe as possible, hitching up, unhitching. But yeah, so you kind of can't let your guard down a little bit and that stuff, even when it comes to spices.
Yeah. I know.
We forgot food.
Oh, and knives, and I forgot my knives, so I'm like, I needed to cut something, so here I am with a plastic knife trying to cut tomatoes with.
Right.
It's like...
We were having BLTs. So Tina's she's prepared all the bacon and everything before we even left.
And
except for the knife.
I forgot to bring, and the Miracle Whip.
Oh, and the Miracle Whip.
So we had to have our friends, like, they were going to Kingfish for dinner.
Kingfish is a local fish restaurant.
Yeah. So I was like, can you bring us back some mayonnaise?
At least tartar sauce for my BLT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah. So I think just making sure that slow down a little bit before you head out.
Yeah, check everything before you walk out the door.
And we have a checklist on the big ticket items, but again,
it had been a busy week, and we just kind of like.
And this was a local event, so it wasn't like we were going to be gone from home. But once you're there, especially Saturday morning, you cannot leave. It's like Hotel California. You can get in there, but you cannot leave.
Yeah, they closed down all the roads and the bridges.
In the bridge, and the bridges. You're right. Yeah.
So.
Good point.
Yeah.
So I hope this has been entertaining a little bit. Anyway, some of our how we got here, kind of where we've been, and where we're going. That's kind of like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Like your shoes. Where you been? Where you going?
Yeah.
But
so we've really enjoyed watching other people's YouTube channels and see their destinations and their goals and their plans, and
especially the smaller channels. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the big YouTube channel guys and gals, but I've really become interested in the smaller channels, and I'm really trying to grow our channel, so please subscribe, ring that bell, so that
And
when
like-
we
and
like our videos, it helps the YouTube algorithm to promote our videos, get them out there better. But yeah, I've really enjoyed some of the smaller channels. You know, the Wayward Wags. They've been really fun to watch.
Till further notice.
Till further notice,
Yes.
we've enjoyed them, and the Roadsmiths.
The Roadsmiths.
I've enjoyed watching them. So those are three channels right there that I pretty much top of the list that I watch every week.
And Les Junk Journey.
Oh, Les Junk.
Really,
Now I call them a big channel. They're in the Big Boys Club.
Yeah, they're in the Big Boy Club, but
We're gonna be there someday. We're gonna be there.
so yeah.
So I have a history in entertainment.
So we look forward to sharing our upcoming adventures with you. Our Colorado trip, our Michigan trip, adventures with our pups and with our family. And we hope you will enjoy watching those adventures with us. And if you do like them, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and ring that bell.
Yeah, and share this. Share those
Share
with
the
others.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a lot of other things. I have some upcoming technical things. The guy stuff, some upgrades to the truck, upgrades to the rig that plan to show, and I want to share those with you. So the magic number for YouTubers to get small channels is to get that first 1,000 subscribers, and we got 539 as of today. So if you know of somebody that might enjoy this, please forward it to them and help us get to that 1,000.
Yeah.
So,
but for you who are already subscribed, thank you for watching our videos, and thank you for
thank you for supporting us along the way.
Supporting us, yes.
Yeah. We enjoy the comments. We try to respond to. I respond to every comment that gets put out there in the description. So we appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap this up, and looking forward, like Tina said, to spending this year with you guys. And so I guess till we see you guys again, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye-bye.